let's take a look at some examples as we have discussed things that we don't necessarily want to be in. Now, granted, I'm going to say this with a partial sidebar. Every strategy that you create is dependent on the type of environment that works best for that strategy. Some strategies work well for channeling. Some strategies work well for these types of moves. Some of them do really well. And if that is what your strategy was created to do, and that's how you backtested it in those types of environments, fantastic. But let's say that you are using a strategy that is a trend strategy, which means you want to get in the trend and you want to ride the trend until it ends. If that is the type of strategy that you're in, you're not going to want to be in this type of movement. Now, you know anything about trading, you know that this type of candle set right here looks really indicative for the market open. Yeah, that's what happened right at the beginning of the market, right? And you can notice here how price is just kind of like bouncing in this area, up and down and up and down. Once again, if this is part of the way that your strategy works, fantastic. But if you are expecting to jump onto a move in one direction or the other, and you don't have a really specific way of entry, this is just a great way to get eaten alive. Also, overnight price can do that depending on what product you're using. Sometimes overnight price is just a bunch of up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Price right here is not going anywhere. You see that? It's not doing anything. This is the kind of price that can get you stuck. It does eventually go someplace, and maybe that's the kind of price we want to get into. But be really careful with how you choose your days to trade. Sometimes it's not the right time. But if you find yourself in the right channel, maybe that's your strategy, and you see that price is coming back for your entries and continuing, coming back and continuing, and there's your pullbacks and continue, pullback and continue, and that's the type of strategy that you've tested, fantastic. We want to be able to get into the market when it is conducive for the strategy we've tested. Even this next section here, you can see that price was going in an uptrend. Maybe that's your strategy, and you see that price is moving and it's been like this for 15, 20, 30, 60, 120 minutes, then maybe you want to jump in, right? If you see a really good solid setup based on your strategy with the trend, and that's the way you trade. If you're not that kind of trader, maybe you are a consolidation trader. Okay, you trade edges, that's fine. This trader, the successful trader here in their strategy may not work at all in this kind of consolidated, choppy up and down, stuck inside of a range type move. You have to know your strategy and know when it's going to work and when it's not. If you are a trend trader and you find the market just ranging, stay out. Right? It's extremely important that we do not take trades when the market is not conducive for our style of trading.